Hello and welcome to the championship match. The Gauntlet of Greatness has been going for a couple of months now. We gathered 16 of the best decks in the history of Standard. It all comes down to this. Necropotence, the first truly dominant Standard deck. 1996 was famous for Necro's Summer. The Skull has been a fixture in Magic ever since. Versus the latest challenger and the youngest deck to join the field, Atarka Red. Now, I'm not even convinced this is the best red deck from the last 18 months of Magic. The version we're playing of it, though, is the one with the combo. It's Become Immense and Temur Battle Rage. It's actually basically Paulo's list that he top-8'd the Pro Tour with just last fall. So very recent in terms of Magic lineage. You see how the decks got here. Tinker was the first victim of the Skull. It then took down Callblade. Atarka Red hasn't dropped a match yet. Necro did lose one game in the group stage. Atarka Red has not. The winner joins the Gauntlet of Greatness Hall of Fame. Retired. Too good. Never to be played again until, like, season 13 becomes the All Hall of Fame season or something. So, you're going to be on the red side, Shadow?
You know what? I decided I was going to take Necro.
Don't care.
I guess I'm playing Atarka Red.
I am fully prepared to go down fighting. Should be a very friendly match since basically both of us just want me to lose life.
Right.
Yeah, you see the Skull here. This Necro deck is, it's old school, right? It's not a combo Necro deck. This is like, Necro evolved into an engine that you could use to go find whatever your combo was, but way back in the day, it was just efficient cards. Pump Knights, Hymn to Torok, 2-for-1U, Hypnotic Spectre, knocking cards out of your grave, out of your hand, hopefully coming out on the first turn. You know, Contagion, super mana efficient creature removal, and then you just refill. Wipe the board with discs, drain life to refuel your life total, kill something, maybe even the opponent. Strip Mine hanging out here as an unrestricted card as of Summer 96. In the lands, that's definitely where some of the power of the deck comes from. And yeah, it's a very good deck. This is actually the second time it's made the finals of the Gauntlet. It's 2 for 3 making the playoffs. It's 3 for 3 making the playoffs. 2 for 3 making the finals. It did knock off the Academy deck in Season 1, but ultimately lost the finals to Memory Jar in our first season.
And then we retired both of them.
Yeah, and we're like the Jar deck and the Memory Jar deck and the Academy deck are both just absurd. So yeah, there wasn't really much point in having a season that we did nothing but crown the Academy deck. Here's the Atarka Red. This is a bunch of 1-drops, Berserkers, Swift Spear, Zergo Bellstriker. I mean, this is as good as 1-drops have ever been, I would say, in the history of Magic. Abbot of Carol Keep is both, the prowess takes advantage of all the spells in the deck. The card advantage is nice. You can go wide with Dragon Fodder, Hordling Outburst, Tarka's Command, Become Immense. I have no chance in this matchup, do I?
It depends on how many Wastelands you draw.
Strip Mine?
Yeah, Strip Mines.
Your cards cost like 1 and 2. You have 19 cards that cost 1 mana, and 15 more that cost 2. And then of the 5 cards that cost more than 2 mana, 3 of them have Delve.
I would say you are not favored.
No. This is crazy. Like, this Atarka Red deck is just going to go wire to wire, lifetime undefeated. What a crazy...
It's got haste. It's got haste. It entered the tournament to leave the tournament. Right through.
Alright, let me set up a match. Not Vintage. I'm looking forward to playing Vintage this week. I'm off the bench. Time to stop doing commentary and start actually playing Vintage Super League. Tomorrow night, as we record this. Alright, Necro. Format. Players. Alright. I'm hosting a match.
I'm blogging in. I should have done that earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the Atarka Red deck, it's crazy. Like, the deck didn't single-handedly dominate Standard. Like, once people knew they needed to beat it, I guess they were able to. Is really where Atarka Red comes in. Like, it did, like, Martin Deng won the Pro Tour, and people are like, the red deck. Yeah, fine, we can deal with the red deck. And then the next Pro Tour, Yo Larson won with his version of the red deck. Crushed it. So it won 2 Pro Tours in a row. Then by the 3rd Pro Tour, people are like, all right, fine. We're not going to let the red deck win again. Everybody was prepared for it. It's still top 8'd. But I mean, I think these Gauntlet decks have not said to themselves, oh, I have to be prepared for a metagame where, 10 or 20% of my opponents are just going to be on this blisteringly fast red deck. And it's crushing. It's just been absolutely crushing. It's pretty interesting. I also do think that Standard has gotten to a point where, ignoring the Urza block anyway, Standard may be as powerful as it's been. Or at least that was true. With the new rotation policy helps, right? They got to a point where there were 4 sets a year and 2 years in Standard, so you'd have these 8 set standards, which is a set or 2 bigger than it has been historically. And now we're more like 5 or 6 sets with the new rotation policy. So I think that's just good all around, both from power level and from shuffling it up more often.
I am logging in.
Yeah, it was not a modern Pro Tour. We have seen red decks do top 8 the modern Pro Tour as well. But the Martin Deng won in Standard, Yo Larson won in Standard, and then Paulo top 8'd in Standard. There were sort of 3 standards in a row where there were very good red decks. And different flavors of red decks, like different card pools for all 3 of those. I'm not even counting, I think both Seth Manfield and Li Shitian top 8'd Modern with, red deck wins, whatever you want to call it.
All right, I'm joining the game. I will see you on the other side.
All right, I'll meet you on Skype. Good luck.
Good luck to you.
I don't mean that, but I'll say it anyway. And let's get down to the game. Ooh, die roll. That helps. I have Ivory Tower. That's got to be good. Oh, and I have a Consult. Yeah, I think I actually keep this. I mean, I'm only going to gain 1 from the tower on the first turn, but I can consult for Ritual. If I consult for Ritual and put down a Necro, I can have Necro Tower. I've got Contagion. Yeah, I'm totally keeping this. It's not immediately obvious how I play it. Basically, am I using my turn 1 mana for a tower or a Consult? I think it's a Consult. Yeah, if I go Consult, then even if I fail, if I draw a land, awesome. I can go Tower, Ritual, Necro. If I don't draw a land, I just go Ritual, Necro, and I've got these Contagions. Yeah, I think I have to Consult for Dark Ritual in the first turn. I would gain 1 life if I played the tower now, but it slows down my Necro by a whole turn. And I have these 0 mana creature kill spells, so I do not want to slow my Necro down. This is going to be something with 2 toughness, and I'm just going to Contagion it, pitching Order of Eve on hand. Only question is whether it's a Swift Spear or a Bell Striker. Alright. Bell Striker does not have haste, so I will give myself more information. Dark Ritual. I only lost 12 cards. Hippie, some swamps. I lost 2 drain lives. 1 strip mine. Failed to draw land. Alright, I'm going to pitch a Contagion, so my hand only actually has 3 cards in it. 4 cards should be enough, right? I need to find a land is the thing. I need to find a swamp, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't particularly want to over Necro in this matchup. Yeah, I'm just going to get 4 cards. I'm going to remember to set a stop during my own end step. I drew lands. Awesome. Pitching. Pop Knight. Check. Oh, yeah. I want both the creatures there. Alright. I mean, my turn 2 is set up to either be... I have the Zurin Orb and the Ivory Tower. I think I'm a favorite this game. see what happens. I mean, I just kill it, right? I'll be out of contagions, but my next turn, I probably want to play the Ivory Tower anyway. I don't see any reason to take damage here. And he doesn't have a green instance. Yeah, let's just kill it. Is Mishra or Swamp? I actually think it might be Mishra, so that I have it as a blocker on a future turn. No. 5 cards. It's not much. Wow, it's pretty dry. Yeah. Bloodstained Mire, which is his land drop for the turn. Huh. I mean, I should consult for something. I still have 30 cards in my library. It's not Drain Life. There's 1 Spectre removed. There's 2 Drains removed. I don't think it's Disc. I mean, I need a creature to block with. Oh, I wonder if I was supposed to play... If I played Swamp there, then a Pump Knight would actually be a good blocker, because it could potentially get first strike. He's probably got removal. Did I just get Hypnotic Spectre? What am I doing next turn? Strip Mine's not very exciting. Oh, I could have Spectre up and Mishra's Factory up. I think it's Hypnotic Spectre. And then I go Ritual Hippie plus have Mishra on defense. I mean, I'm nervous about the combo kill, but I don't know that I can do anything about it. If he's got the combo kill, like I used my contagions to soak up early damage, which I think I had to do. Yeah, I clearly want blockers. I'm just going to get a Hypnotic Spectre. Like, there's no blocker that I can get which can't be killed by burn. And I've already removed Pump Knight. Spectre's a 3 of. I think it's more mana efficient though. And it's better if it lives. That's a lot of cards that just got removed from the game. I have 7 cards left in my library. Ouch. That's not good. I mean, my whole plan of sitting on Necro Tower and burying him in card advantage has problems now, shall we say. Yikes. Oh, that was bad. A Drain and a Pump Knight. 4 cards left in my library. Alright, yep, you've got the Wild Slash. Can't do anything about that. I mean, if he's got the combo, I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. I don't think Mishra and Zernorb can soak up enough damage. May not even need the combo. Well, Titan Strength I can Zernorb my way out of. It's gonna kill it before I can block. Awkward. Hilariously, I can keep it alive, can't I? Oh, he does control a 4-power creature. Okay. Oh wait, this doesn't matter. It's 2 damage, so I can actually keep it alive by making it a 3/3. But this is before I got the chance to block with it, unfortunately. I'm taking 7 right now. I mean, obviously I can sack it to Zerran Orb to get to 10. Where did he crack that fetch line for? Alright, 7 would put me at 1. Two cards left. I mean, if I have to start sacking my lands to Zerran Orb, I probably just lose. Ugh. Yeah. That's bad. Now I'm taking 12? Taking 12. So there's basically no way for me to survive this. 12. I have to eat all of my lands. And then, yeah, I do gain some life. I don't have a Mishra's Factory. Whatever. I go through the motions. It is the final. A useful card. Hey, it's the 7th card for Ivory Tower. He just needs any spell. Yeah, Fiery Impulse will do it. You're going to cast your Fiery Impulse? Fine. Fine, I surrender. Alright. Yeah, that looks every bit as bad as I feared. I mean, the second console eating my library didn't actually matter. I don't mean the way his draw was, it didn't matter. I needed him to Torok is what I needed. I mean, I guess there's no way I can use the first consult on a him. I wonder if I could use the second consult on a him. God, do I have to put... I think I have to put Serrated Arrows in. Which seems terrible, but... Maybe it's 3 Necros? No, I have 4 Contagions. I can have 4 Necros. The thing is... The first consult... I don't think there's any way I can play that opening except consult for Dark Ritual and then Ritual Necro. I don't think I have any other way to play that opening. The second consult, I could have gotten... Like, the thing is, if I consult for a him, then I'm not playing a creature to block with. I did have a Strip Mine in my hand, but my land, so I can, like... I can't cast the him. I either have to go Swamp Ritual Him, which seems worse than Swamp Ritual Hippie, because I'm using the Ritual and the him to get 2 cards. Maybe that's the... The thing is, I have Swamp Mishra in play, so I'm either playing a second Swamp and tapping 2 Swamps for him, in which case I can't activate Mishra, or I'm ritualing it out, which just feels pretty bad. I don't know. My Necros were unfortunate. Like, my Ritual Necro line with Ivory Tower around felt solid, but then I drew a bunch of lands, right? I didn't draw anything I could use usefully. All right, I gotta figure out how I'm sideboarding. Discs are super slow. What if I do that? Because his discs just seem... Like, Contagions and Arrows is how I'm going to kill his stuff. Disc seems crazy slow. And I have to cut 1 more card. think is either a Pump Knight or a Necro. Yeah, I think I go 3 Necro. It's not like he's going to counter one and I'm going to need a backup. Let's try it. Turn 2, Ritual Serrated Arrows. Take it. I mean, I'm keeping. Serrated Arrows might actually be good against him. It's certainly good against some of the stuff that he has. Yeah, it's not worth contagioning by itself. I'll take 1. Wow, this is really my line. I can either play Naked Pump Knight or I can Ritual out Serrated Arrows. Look, you do what you gotta do. These are the cards that existed in 1996. We're going for Dark Ritual Serrated Arrows. I'm sure I must have Dark Ritualed out of Serrated Arrows at some point in my life, 20 years ago. I'm positive I've not done that play in at least 18 years. How about at least 19 years? Yeah, I mean, it's been... Necro Summer was right at 20 years ago. Alright. This isn't going to kill the Swift Spear, but it is going to slow it down, and it gives me the ability to kill it later. Probably I did a Ritual Serrated Arrows in 97. Like, I had Serrated Arrows in my Pro Tour winning deck list, which didn't actually have Dark Rituals. It was like this weird quirk of, like, we were pretty sure there were no hippies at the time, and there were a bunch of counterpost decks that would really punish you for sort of sinking Dark Rituals into things and getting them countered. But we definitely tested it with Rituals. Crazy. This is going to be best 3 out of 5. So for the finals, we do best 3 out of 5. I'm not dead yet, even if I lose this game. And then 2 of our games will be pre-sideboarded. The others will be post-sideboarded. Dragon Fodder. God, Serrated Arrows looking all kind of good, huh? Alright, Pump Knight with the ability to give it first strike. Pump Knight gonna hold off the world? Attack me, bro. Come on. Ye old-fashioned B: Order of Ebon hand gains first strike. Alright. I mean, I'm clearly blocking. If I block the Swift Spear, then I don't have to tap any mana. I guess the mana, whatever. My guy's going to wind up with first strike. What trick is he going to have is the thing. If he's got... If it's Atarka's command, then the Swift Spear becomes 3-2? No, it gets to 3 toughness. It becomes 2-3, where I can't beat it. Like, I could respond with an arrows. I think I'll just block a Golem, though, where Atarka's command doesn't even require me to react. I'll take 1. This worked out okay. Yeah, maybe he was going to have some like Titan Strength or something to respond to the arrows. Do we get the Darky Goblin? I think we just want to finish off the Swift Spear so I don't have to worry about prowess. I don't really want to attack. I like blocking. I'm going to eventually have to do something though. Yep. Yeah, he's going to have to try to overwhelm. No reason for me to commit this last arrows. I may as well have arrows sit here with one counter where I can kill a goblin, right? Or I guess right now he can't respond by saving it with the Atarka's command, or pretty much anything. Huh. Some life. You know what we really need? We need a Necro. That is what we need right here. I do not want to let him Atarka's command. I think the threat of this sitting here is worthwhile. If he attacks into me, I get to pick off a goblin and then either take 3 damage or take 2 and use my serrated arrows. And it's a permanent -1/-1 counter, so even if he does temporarily save his guy, it'll still die end step. Yeah, this is an Atarka's command. Maybe I was supposed to use my last arrow counter. Well, if he's going to let me respond to it, then this all worked out the same. Oh, is he going to have another one? Ah, I see. God, that's 3 damage, 3 damage, pump, pump. This guy's going to wind up as a 3/3. And now these guys I'm taking. Wow, if his last card is Become Immense, that's going to suck. These are 3-power goblins hitting me now. I think it's worth using this Contagion. So all the goblins will die. But if he saves one right now with well, all the goblins are going to die, period. I guess Become Immense isn't even that annoying. Well, it hits me for like 9? Or kills my Pump Knight? Interesting. It's an interesting set of trades here. It's like my Serrated Arrows, Contagion, and Dark Ritual are trading for his Hordling Outburst, Atarka's Command, Atarka's Command. I think, though, the board's going to settle with my Pump Knight and 4 lands and a Zuran Orb against his 4 lands. Great. Ah, that guy's going to get to 4 toughness. Oh, and I pitched the Dark Ritual because I wanted to keep the Drain Life. So now I've traded my Pump Knife for a Titan Strength, and he gets a Goblin token out of it. I was supposed to pitch the Dark Ritual there, right? Like, if my last card is Dark Ritual, I can surprise get a 4th point of power here. But I can't. I think it was right to keep Drain Life. He's got one card left. And it's Abbott. Oh, man. Become immense? I'm blocking. I'll give you a hint. If your last card is Team or Battle Rage, you can win. I mean, whatever. I have to just trade my hippie here, right? I can't take 7. Can I? If I have a Zurin Orb, so I can Drain Life the Abbott. Maybe I don't block. If he becomes immense, I take 7. I'm at 9. If his card is Team or Battle Rage, I lose in all scenarios, so I get to assume it's not Team or Battle Rage. If it's a removal spell, he would have killed my hippie already. I think I'm supposed to take it. Keep my Hypnotic Spectre alive. I'm going to take it. Yeah, I mean, with him empty-handed, me having a Zurin Orb means I don't die to random burn spell off the top. So I think I'm okay here. Yeah, Zurin Orb keeps me alive through a random burn spell off the top. I don't think stabilizing the board at 9, or, I think my Hypnotic Spectre is worth that much life here. Yeah, I mean, being at 2, but the board stable, and me having Hypnotic Spectre just feels better. Another Abbott. Okay, that's annoying. Titan Strength that he can't cast. So, I get to drain life 1. Overkilling it is fine. Oh, I can't get more life. Whatever. He only has 1 toughness, so I can only gain 1 life. And now I need to try to trade my hippie for this Abbott. He drew a card off the top. If it's triggering prowess isn't going to suddenly have his Abbott survive the trade. If it's Titan Strength, that's annoying. Whatever. I mean, him drawing cards is just annoying. Atarka's command. Good lord, this deck! How much damage am I taking now? 5? And I lose the fight? Wow. Look, guys, I don't know that my two draws have been fine. Like, I haven't had a bad draw. I've had totally reasonable draws, and I haven't even come close. Like, I've had the chance to play a couple of interesting turns each game. But, I mean, I'm just going to die as soon as he draws any spell off the top now. Wow. I guess it doesn't actually kill me. Yeah. As soon as he gets something to trigger prowess with, I'm going to die. Approximately. I mean, whatever. I still get to first strike something down. My guy gets to go to 3 power first strike that I know about, and secretly it can go to 4 power? But whatever, like, how am I ever going to attack and deal 16 from here? It's just not happening, right? What am I consulting for? Hippie? I think it's hippie. I mean, it gives me a dream of flying over for damage. I mean, I could consult for drain life and kill an Abbott. And gain 1 life. doesn't feel like a winning scenario, though. Hypnotic Spectre at least gives me a dream? I think it's Hypnotic Spectre. And then I ritual it out. Unless it's Serrated Arrows. It's only like one left in my deck, though. I don't think it's Serrated Arrows anyway. I think it's Hypnotic Spectre. 35 cards left. And I definitely want the ability to give first strike, so I'm going to ritual this out. He should have dashed then. I think. Oh, and then he'll go back in his hand and I can hit it with Hippie. Maybe not. No. That works. What do I want? I want... Zergo lets me gain 2, which actually feels a little better. I could gain 2 off the Swift Spear and kill a Prowess creature. Maybe that's better. Like, the 2 toughness Prowess creature is actually kind of the scariest thing here. Oh, it's possible I should hit him with the Spectre. Yeah, let me do that. If I successfully kill this... Oh, I see. I also need first strike. Right, so I should drain the Abbot. And then I have first strike here. I've gained a life. I can take 2 from those. In all worlds, I want to attack with the Spectre, and I may as well knock the card out of his hand. So that I can't mess up my drain life. I mean, this attack is super risky, but I don't think I have a real choice in the matter. That's bad. So bad. Down goes Pump Knight. In comes 5? So I need to sack 2 lands? Oh man. Vital land for first strike. So good. I'm gonna have to, yeah, I have to leave Spectre on defense. I guess this attack's not great. If he draws a blank, I can pick off the Goblin. I can trade for this. Well, I have to assume he draws a blank, so I pick off the Swift Spear. Yeah, I don't know if he can attack here. Like he'll kill my Pump Knight if he attacks. Because I'm gonna I can't not block with it, I don't think. I guess in theory I can sack 1 land, sit here with a Pump Knight with first strike. Oh, just Zergo? That's not a bad attack. That's a pretty good attack. So if I sack a land, then I can be sitting on 2 life and a Pump Knight with first strike. But I'm never winning from there. If I trade, then the Spectre can hold these off until he draws a spell, or I draw something. I think I have to trade. Sad. Just going down to 1 land feels so hopeless. Don't get me wrong. Everything feels hopeless. Two life. I drew 2 life. Man, do I attack? I think so. Battle Rage. What's he targeting? he's targeting this with spear. So it's 2 power double strike. So 2 lands. Strip mine's easy. I gotta trade 2 for 1 and hope Zernor buys me enough time. I think I'm attacking. Because he's never attacking into me. Unless he's got a trick. So I just have to assume he's not going to draw. He gets to draw blanks for a couple times. Card is definitely not blank. What are you going to hit? Oh, Atarka's command. No problem. How many is that? 3? I survived so long. I made it 15 turns. 15 turns I made it. Ah! Yeah. Hosting a new match. That's 3 out of 5, so we're not dead yet. We're dead. Not, I mean, it feels like it'll take a minor miracle to win a game. You can see why, like, I stand by my claim that back in the day, the red decks that are like, oh, we're going to destroy Necro, like, you could beat them. Like, you can make sort of bad trades for their weenie creatures with Contagions or Pump Knights or whatever, preserve your life total, Necro up some card advantage, you know, you've got Tower and Zern Orb, you've got stuff, but, like, this Atarka red deck is no Sly deck. Sly got relegated out of the Gauntlet of Greatness. This Atarka red deck is going to enter with haste and just never lose. I mean, look, it's turn 1 Ritual Necro with Contagion. I'm keeping it. We're going out blazing, guns a-blazing. We're going out potent. I mean, we're probably going out, but we're going to fight the good fight. See, I've got land Pump Knight for next turn, so I don't really need extra cards. I don't need to over Necro, I'll just get 3. Strip Mine's nice. So a spear, I mean, it would be nice to get 2 creatures with my Contagion, but I don't think it's worth taking extra damage to set that up. I mean, it's 1 damage. And then I go like, strip your mountain Contagion. I'm gonna take, maybe, I think I take 1 here. And then I think I strip? Like, strip versus Pump Knight is also an interesting question. Yeah, I'm going to take 1. Try the 2 for 1 with my Contagion. Or 2 for 2 anyway. Pump Knight or Strip Mine? I think it's Strip Mine. Ooh, nice. I mean, I guess his best play is Titan Strength here, but yeah, this makes sense. And now, I'm not going to kill them, but they're both going to start at -1 power for the rest of the game. So he's a pair of -1/1 Swift Spears. We get to... Okay, we have him and a Contagion. This might be a disc game, too. Like if he kills my Pump Knight, I can disc away my Necro. He is going to kill my Pump Knight. Gets those up to 0 power. I'll allow it. He's got another Titan Strength. Gonna make me do Contagion math, isn't he? Alright, so that guy's getting Titan Strength. If I respond with Contagion, I save 4 damage. It's probably worth it. Alright, I wind up taking 1 from the other guy. Because I can respond with Contagion, I can put both counters on the same guy, which means it's going to lose 2 toughness, which means it's going to die on the spot. Oh, I can actually go, if I Contagion both of them, then I take, if I kill one guy, I turn 4 damage into 0, but I still take 1. So I take 1 damage that way. If I Contagion both of them, then I take 2 plus 0 instead of 1 plus 0. So I take 1 extra damage, but I kill the, but they both want, yeah, they both die. I think that's better. So I can take 1 extra damage to kill both during cleanup. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Pitch, I think it's Pump Knight. Yeah, I want to save the drain life. I'm going to him next turn instead of playing a Pump Knight. Alright. So I do take 2 damage here, in addition to the 1 from the Contagion, which is not awesome, obviously. But those both have 2 different -1 toughness counters on them now, so they will die as soon as their prowess triggers wear off. Yeah, this is just a him. We got Dragon Fodder, Wooded Foothills. He's got 1 card in his hand. So next turn I want to play a disc, and then the turn after that I want to drain his creature and blow up, or him. Interesting. I mean, I could not Necro and stay at 7. I guess I want to find a land for 2 turns from now. Wow, how much do I Necro for? 3? Be at 4? Oh, we'll stay at a Lightning Bolt range. Doesn't play the card Lightning Bolt. We're going to stay at a Lightning Bolt range just the same. Could him the last card out of his hand. I could drain a goblin for 1. What I want to do is I want to tap out for Nevinyrral's Disc and then cross my fingers and hope I'm still alive. He's got 1 card in his hand. He does not have green mana. Maybe I should have Necroed for 1 less. I mean, I kind of like these cards. I can go him with Factory available on defense. I'm not drawing cards, though. I can drain a goblin for 1. That sounds terrible. I think I get a gamble. If he's got, what, green mana, Atarka's Command kills me. The annoying part is that not Fiery Impulse, the other one kills me. This is the play. It's possible I Necroed for 1 too many. Don't kill me! Wild Slash. Killed me. I should have Necroed for one less. It's so hard to know. Like, I figured whatever creature he played, I'm gonna... Damn it. Oh well. Super tough matchup to win. Like, even if I do get to blow up this disc, like, I get my draw step back, which is nice. But I'm still at 2 or whatever. Like, he's just... And we now know that he's got 1 copy of Wild Slash. So, like, the next Wild Slash kills me. I can drain him, but now we're both in sort of top deck mode. Oh well. Good match. Not one I was going to win. Wow. I thought maybe I could take a game from you?
Well, I felt like you might have had the last game, but then you kept helping me, like losing life to draw all those useful cards.
Yeah, I should have necroed for 1 less. I think I had a decent chance to win that last game. It's so hard because, like, I have to look 2 turns ahead and figure, I shouldn't have necroed for... I think I'm right to necro for a couple, but I think I necroed for 1 too many. Because, like, the 2 power into Wild Slash line for 4 damage is just too easy. 5 damage is actually, I think, significantly harder for you to do from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I drew Wild Slash. I put Atarka's command on top with my scry, and then you him the forest out of my hand. So
there you go.
So I had a top deck,
but mana, so I knew I didn't have to worry about Atarka's command because I knew you had no green mana.
Right.
It's really just exactly Wild Slash. But I mean, I know that card's in your deck, yeah, and like that extra card wasn't worth it. Oh well, but whatever. There's I'm never winning 3 matches.
No.
3 games. I'm never beating you 3 out of 5.
No, you are not.
I mean, I think the most likely outcome is actually 3-0. I'm capable of taking a game. Like, I'm capable of only losing it 3-1. And maybe this is one of the hypothetical worlds where I was supposed to lose 3-1. Although, I don't know. Like, if I survive there, I blow up a disc, I get my draw step back with Necro, you're still holding Wild Slash plus Atarka's command, and I'm at 3 in this hypothetical.
Right.
Like, I have a drain life, so I can gain, like, 3 life if I just pointed at your face randomly. Like, I'm favored. Let's say that. I believe if I'm at 3 versus you holding Wild Slash Atarka's command, and your board is Mountain, like, I'm holding... I have 1 factory in play, a 2nd factory I'm about to draw, and then I have 1 drain life, 1 hymn to Torok. I do get to hymn you. You respond by burning me. Now I'm at 1. I drain my way up to 4. We're in top deck mode where all I have is 2 Mistress Factories, and you have 17 life to my 4 life.
Man, like, I enjoyed being in the top deck war in the 2nd game where you sided out all your Necros or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that top deck war, like, even with Zernorb in play, it was just like, all right, I guess he drew 2 life.
Oh, funny. Sorry, let me concede the match, which is... doesn't know that it was a 3 out of 5 set. Wow, good game.
Good game. Atarka Red straight through. Yeah,
Atarka Red versus a relatively unprepared field just showed us both sides of its hand.
Did it lose a game?
Come on, surely.
You'll have to check the videotape.
What was the bracket? The semi was against Black Devotion. Didn't Black Devotion take a game? That was a close 3-game match, wasn't it? Like, Black Devotion has all the, like, Farika's Cures and whatnot in the sideboard.
Right.
I think Affinity won. Oh, no, the Affinity went 3 against Black Devotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you beat the Faeries deck pretty bad, didn't you?
Yeah. Like, I remember when I was playing, like, you were playing Atarka's Red, and it was in the opening bracket, right? I hadn't yet seen Atarka Red. And I'm like, all right, I'm good. And then you're like, you're dead now. I'm like, oh, all right, oh, okay, it's going to be like that. Okay. Yeah.
The deck's very good.
Oh, yeah,
but
I'll miss it.
It's retired now. We don't have to put up with it.
I will miss it. It just zoomed straight on through.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I think that counts as a retirement for like the Martin Dang version and the Joel Larson version. We will call them, the trio of builds of modern Atarka Red are all now retired to the Hall of Fame. Wow. That was a fun season.
Yeah, yeah. I don't believe we could have called that, or I don't believe we called that at the beginning, right? Like we were assuming it was Necro's time, or possibly
Cawblade. Like
a
Necro,
combo deck.
Cawblade, and maybe like the Mythic deck has been doing pretty well. The Mythic deck had made top 8 both previous seasons it ran, so I thought that deck had a shot. But I thought Cawblade and Necro were the sort of historically dominant ones. And then maybe Replenish. Honestly, coming in, I thought like the Urza's block has been doing so ridiculous. I thought the Replenish deck might just show up and steamroll. Like basically that's what the Bargain deck did the last season.
So we have to put up with more Necro, but Atarka Red, too good. That has to go.
It's true.
All right.
There's definitely a silver lining on this one.
Hey, there's a new Winter Orb now. Well, does
Yes,
that
did you
affect
see
anything?
that?
Yes, I did.
That is like I definitely
Old school
did some
control,
campaigning.
man, with like Icy Manipulator, Winter's Orbs.
But I definitely did some campaigning. I play these historical formats. I don't think Winter Orb is going to see play anywhere other than like either old school Magic, where old school Magic often just erodes it, like house rules it to work the way it used to. But like I
Right.
want to play PT1 decks. I want to play like old standard decks, and Winter Orb, like most people are going to encounter Winter Orb on Magic Online, where it'll just work the way Magic Online says it works, and in historical formats. Like I don't think it's going to suddenly become a big player in Legacy because now you can tap it and shut it off. I think that change is just helps out people who care about the history of the game, basically like Gauntlet. I mean, I think
Like Gauntlet.
that's awesome.
Right, it only affects people that care about the history of the game and play on Magic Online.
Right. Because old school Magic, they just house rule it to work the way it used to. It's nice that
Right.
they don't have to. Like, it definitely is more aesthetically pleasing, more elegant that old school formats don't have to house rule it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and it opens up. We are 100% next standard season we'll have a prison deck. Definitely 100% putting in a prison deck to Gauntlet to use the new Winter Orb. Or the old Winter Orb, now that it's back.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, Pauper, if you haven't voted in the poll, let me...
Let's take a look at the poll. Where are we at?
I've just put the link back in the chat. The question is, who gets the buys? Which, we're going to do 12 decks for our Pauper season. We're going to do single limb, so it'll be 4 buys. And I'm giving Delver a buy. I've already decided that one. So, there's some more buys to go around. And we got to figure out which decks deserve to get them. Is it Stompy? Is it Affinity? Is it Mono Black Control? Or is it the Tron deck? We will also make sure that we put in all of the Eternal Masters goodness. Alex Ullman from Gathering Magic has been helping me out. He's going to provide some deck lists and make sure that we have a good set of Pauper lists to build from, including, maybe a Peregrine Drake deck, maybe an Emperor Crocodile deck, Elvish Vanguard. I'm basically deferring to him to hand me lists, which we will then play as Shadow and I learn the format. Right? Certainly not going to be presenting ourselves as Pauper experts or anything, but I mean they're Magic decks. We'll be all right.
Right. Yeah, they have a lot of creatures in them.
Yeah. But yeah, right now, Mono Black Control sure looks like it's getting a buy. And Affinity's doing well. Mm-hmm. Stompy is not getting the love. Alex thought Stompy was the second best deck.
Well, Stompy doesn't need love. Stompy's going to crush.
Yeah, I mean, we get to see it an extra game this way, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Not the result I was expecting, because like I said, Alex's metagame data says Stompy is actually the second best performing deck in the last 3 months or whatever.
Sure, but how many people that are watching right now are Pauper experts themselves, right? Like, they're just looking at the names to things. They're like, I want this to get a buy.
Right, and the buy also means you see less of it, so I guess
Right.
those are the most like standard decks, Affinity, Mono Black Control, and Tron are most like, I mean, we had Tron in our modern season,
Right. Like, who knows what Stompy is? That's old school.
so we get to watch it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Senior Stompy, initially. God, I played Sven Geertsen, the Pro Tour that I won. I mean, obviously, if there's a way to tell a story about the Pro Tour I won, I have to find it, right? He played Senor Stompy in Extended, which is basically just Green Weenie Rush. And the deck could make an impressive number of creatures very quickly. And he's just like, turn 3 or 4, he's got like 5 creatures. Whirling Dervish too was his sideboard tech for the Necro matchup. So I play turn 3 Necropotence with 1 Badlands untapped, and then like he's gotten all these creatures out, but he's only hit me for a couple damage. So I think, and like I've basically, my hand is empty, and he's got like 5 creatures. So I kind of cocked my head to the side, and I'm like, Necro for 11.
Oh!
Because I was playing Firestorm. So,
Sure.
like, you Necro up this hand. I have, like, 13 cards in my hand. I'm like, tap 1 red mana, Firestorm, discard 6, kill those 5 creatures, and you take 6.
Yep.
So, the Stompy decks were powerful, but, like, we always had the answers. Like, we had the Rome deck that we played at the pre-PT Rome. We had one of the first Silver Bullet sideboards. So, like, we were playing Vampiric Tutors. And in order to have one of sideboard cards, and I mean, we had a Perish sitting in the sideboard. Got paired against the green guy on day 2. Just like, sorry, I perish you. And just... So yeah, maybe Stompy doesn't deserve a bye. It just keeps losing in all my stories. Make it earn it.
Destroy all green creatures. Wrath you?
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess you probably have some games to go play.
I do.
When we played our final, Necro is not joining the Hall of Fame. Atarka Red entered the tournament with haste, blitzed the field, pun very much intended, and here we go.
That was brutal.
Yeah, it was.
That was brutal.
Deck looked great. Hats off to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll sort out. We'll definitely loop back to Standard. We'll have to decide after Pauper, because it's only 6 weeks of Pauper. Maybe we also do 6 weeks of Extended.
You really want the extended.
I really want to play Extended. I started getting excited about it.
I'm up for it. Like, but
We'll decide. We might go like 6 weeks of Pauper, 6 weeks of Extended before we circle back to Standard. We'll decide. Or maybe we'll just go back to Standard. But we will decide